Hello, it's me again. Do you miss me over the weekend? Yeah, yeah, it has been a very productive weekend. I have do some adventure with my website. Yeah, I've been loving to do this for for a while. And my website is here. I can show you what I've done so far. So let's see. Yeah, here. So this is my website. At the beginning, I start with a Jekyll theme called Modern Resume Theme that is available for free. Thank you so much. So I give them a shout out. So if you like it, please consider show your appreciation to the author, say thank you or donate if you want. Um, and So it was very basic. So all these actually like these or like some of them are original. So then, for example, this project. If you check the original theme, it is more text heavy because it's designed for a resume, so it doesn't have all these projects. So this is what I added at the first makeover that I've done with my website. And then all these icons, so it's easy for people to see what I'm doing at the moment. So it's rather than like getting people to know what project I'm doing, mainly open source one, so people can maybe join if they want to. Also, some of these materials that I've given in the past conferences, I want to share it with the world, so I put it here. So that was the first thing, and the next thing that I add is like because I write on Medium, which is good. It's a good platform, but it kind of limited the non-pay users to only have like 3 articles per month, and it's totally not enough. I'm a pay member of Medium because I read so many things, but I know it's not for some people they may not be able to subscribe to Medium, so I want to have my articles to be accessible for everybody. So I decided to host it on my website because I have been interested in the indie web stuff. So now, if you click on it, the blog would just be my website. So this is another theme that I incorporate. It's called Bra Bra theme. It's also very nice, and the author also open source it for everybody to use. So that's why I can copy the source code from them. And also, please consider donating it if you like it and use it extensively. So so when I write a blog post, so this is the blog post that is the write up for the talk that I gave last time in Pi Amsterdam. So you can see that I have this response. These are the response actually from Twitter. How I incorporate it in my websites, I use web mention. As if you have noticed from my first front page that I have been involved in IndieWeb Camp. So IndieWeb is a lovely community that people love hosting their own content on their website rather than depending on your presence on social media. You can also syndicate to social media. That's how I got this response from Twitter. But with Web Mention, you also host this response yourself. It's just very nice, I think. They also have a lot of virtual meetup at the moment that is available. So please, if you go to events.indieweb.org, I think, or just go to indieweb.org and look it up, and you'll find all the meetups that they're doing at the moment. Because now everything is virtual, so you can easily join. I would recommend you do that. So, so this is my website. I kind of like give you a tour for now before I really started the tutorial. And also maybe some people will join later, so I don't want to start the tutorial at the beginning. I just give you a teaser of what we're trying to do today. So this is the article. So the next thing that I do, because I put my video here as well. So before, I only have some of my talks that I've gave in previous conferences. So that isn't a lot. So some of the conferences are very nice. They will record your talk and then open it to the public as far as you agree that it can be released. So I have some of the talks, but you can see that now I'm already showing it in action. So yeah, you can see that I have all these videos because now I'm streaming. I have all these materials. Yay! I love doing it. I'm getting more and more excited about it. So but these are my old talks. So I also want to put them in my website. So yeah, so this is now infinite scrolling that is more or less like the blog um, that if you click on it, it will go to so this is hosted on YouTube, but I'm not directing the traffic to YouTube like that much. I'm just like using it as a hosting platform for videos for now. If you want to watch me, I would recommend catch me live on Twitch. But if you want to, if you missed it and it's been a long time because I think Twitch at the moment, from what I'm using, I'm a beginner user, so they delete your videos after 14 days. So if you want to dig up my old videos, I think the best place is to go to my website. This is check.dev. I also occasionally upload some of these content to DevTool. So if you want to catch up, or you can, yeah, actually you can follow me on DevTour, and then we can be friends there. There's a lovely community there as well. So yeah, the story begins. It's the last weekend. I decided that because this auto scoring pagination is done by a Jekyll plugin called Paginate version 2. So it's amazing. It lets you do more than just the default pagination that the Jekyll provided. The catch is GitHub pages doesn't the default doesn't include this paginate version 2. So if you want to use it, GitHub doesn't support it if you rely on GitHub to build your website. So what I do, my workaround is to use Travis. So whenever I push my source code to my repo, it will, you know, uh, trigger a Travis hook to build it on Travis and then push it back to the repo. So basically, the repo, one of the branches is hosting all this static site that is generated by Jekyll. Um, So this is nice, right? I can do it with the post. So I also want to do it with the video. As you can see, I now have more video than articles because I'm so lazy writing, but I keep doing this regular streaming. So I will have more videos than my blog posts. So what I gotta do is like I want to have another pagination. This is similar to that one. So all these infinite scrolling was default with the Brabber theme that I talk about. It's very nice. But it doesn't allow you to have two. Because how I built it up is like all my videos are actually generated from a data file. And I'm going to show you that now. So if you now look at my Atom screen, that you can see that is a bit of a giant. So let me do the navigation better. So, okay, I have these data files. So some of the things that I actually generate from data files, for example, the meetups, you see these little logos on my website. So if I can show you all these little logos. AI Club doesn't have a logo yet, but maybe in the future we'll have. So yeah, all these are generated by this data file. So I don't have a separate post or page for each logo because I just want to show the logo. I'm not going to show a page. So yeah, it's built from this data file. So if you already familiar with Jekyll, you know that you can have underscore data as a file, and then you can put YAML file in it. It could be JSON file or even CSV. That you can call the data out in some of your pages. So, but what I'm doing with my video is like I have a video data file because my video don't have a lot of text content. The most it will have is a description, and then it will just call in this video ID, which is the YouTube video ID that I gotta just embed the video in. So that's it. I don't need a lot of I don't need an extra post like the one that like I did for example my blog posts are here. So my blog post will be different because I'll have, all these contents is written. But for videos, I don't need it. So I just generate it from the data file. So how I do it is through this plugin called Data Page Generator. A shout out to them as well. Wonderful plugin. Um, mm, yeah, I'm drinking tea. It's amazing. It's the tea that my colleague brought me from India, and it's so good. Thank you so much. Love you. Um, so yeah, this is the plugin. So there's two ways you can put the Jekyll plugin in your website. Um, One of them is, for example, my pagina version 2 is because it's a bigger plugin, so you can't have just one RB file. So they are like a proper packaged module. So what they do is that they're packaging it and then publish it on the Ruby registry. And what you have to do is that in your config file, you can see my config file is giant as well. So yeah, you can put this plugin here. So SEO tag, I'm not using it at the moment. It just come with the original template. I just leave it there for now. Sitemap also is going to be helpful for SEO to recognize the structure of your website. Link preview, I'm not using it, but I was using it to get those little preview picture of my video from YouTube, but I'm not using it anymore. I'm just calling it directly from YouTube. So but this one is another very interesting one. It's just when you generate your static file, it do some catches for because like how link preview work is that if a website they have a proper micro formatting, then for example Google, when Google you know read your website and then for example your website is about an event and then you put up there's an event picture, there's a venue, there's the date and time with a proper micro formatting, and Google knows how to place it in because sometimes you see that when you Google for an event, you see that there is an extra card there. So that's how Google knows that your web page is about an event. So link preview works similar. I just go to the link that you put in and then grab the preview picture and then some description from the link. So yeah, this is how it works. But I'm not using it at the moment. So the pagina version 2 is the interesting one. That is the one that I'm properly using. But this plugin, I don't put it locally in my repo. Is just so when my website get built, it would just look up from the registry and then install this for me. Yeah, so the generator, the data page generator, actually you can also do it this way, but I do it locally because I want to make some changes to it. So this one that you're looking at is actually, yeah, it's another branch. It's not my current branch because I want to show you how I did to make the generation page also pagina, because as I told you, my video pages are all generated from the data file, and I want it to pagina as well. So so what I gotta do is that this is a new one. Uh, I've added some other. Um, so this is the original one, page generator, but yeah, page in the data page. So this is the one that I've added in yesterday, and this one as well. So yeah, so I want to show you how I did it, and let me think. So yeah, what I gotta do is I would yeah, I would just repeat what I did yesterday if I can remember. I would just, do something very tricky that I gonna, let's see. I gotta roll back. So this is what I did today. Roll back, and then I gotta roll back. Okay, so on stage. So I'm in a separate branch, so hopefully it's safe, and also all my updated is in the GitHub. So that's why I use Git. So okay, this got all changes. I go all the way back to when it was not paginate. So So if I close all this thing, don't save please. Right, there's so many things open because I was working on it and I successfully make it pagina, which is more work than I was expected, and I'm quite proud of myself that I can get it done within a weekend. So um, let me close off them. Right, save. Yeah, I should have closed them before I do the rollback. I like I normally do. I'm not well planned. Or maybe next time I can talk about the glove file. That was neat as well. That one is I could pre-process your CSS and your SCSS actually, and your JavaScript, minified it before, package and minified before Jekyll build your website. So it kind of make it more lightweight. Actually, it's good when you have like, for example, my website's getting very big now, as it would be faster to push it to GitHub and build it, because I pre-built it in my machine for some steps. So yeah. So what I gotta do is, let's see if I can open this file. So I think I've discarded or changed. Why is it like still saying that I have all these Nook module? Oh, because my yeah, I know why. Because because my git ignore was ignoring them. So it's a bit funny. Let me delete it manually. Yeah, because I changed my git ignore file as well, so it's a bit crazy right now. So hopefully it would be deleted. So at the meantime, what I am doing on the screen that you can't see is that I go under pull opt, yeah, the original one. Oh, actually, I don't need it. I just copy it from here. It's fine. Just ignore the Nook module if Atom is working again. Oh, oh no, Atom is crashing. I would just wait for a bit to see if it come back to life. If not, I just gotta restart it. I don't know why it's giving me this problem again. And last time, last Friday, my internet is giving me problem. The engineer hasn't come in yet, so I would just keep my finger crossed. I would see like maybe I'll do a shorter one today, but yeah. If okay, now I can delete it. Yeah. So if it doesn't work, apologies. I'm having a hard time with my internet. So, but this will be a series, so I will keep on working if unfortunate things happen. So you'll see how it's got done eventually. So yeah, this is our original file. So let's quickly go through it so we know what it's doing. So I have read through a lot how to write a custom Jekyll plugin. I have been using Jekyll for a while, but I've never write a plugin myself. So I never write Ruby. So it was my first time writing Ruby. So I was like, oh my god. But yeah, there actually it's like when once you know one programming language, the other is not so crazily difficult. So it's fine. I just need to do a lot of googling, and I use this as example. So sanitizer, we won't go into detail. What it does is just sanitize the name. So if your name have some capital or accent letters, it will just go to lowercase. So if you noticed before, you may not be able to see, but you can go to my website to see that because the video ID of YouTube consists of uppercase letter as well. So this one will change it kind of to lowercase, and also it will normalize it. Yeah. So sanitizer is going to be used everywhere because the name of the file is going to be sanitized. So which is fine. We don't care too much. It's not relevant to our pagination thing. So this, okay, so this, you see that is a page. So what it does, I think it's more like a decorator, or no, it's like a superclass. So this data page is more like a subclass of page. So yeah, it will generate a page, and it will attach to all the page that Jekyll will output after the build. So when it initialize, it will get the data from the site and base, which is the information from your site. So site is more or less all these settings that you have in your config file and everything you have in your folder. Index files is settings that you could do. Actually, I can show you in your config file. So yeah, so you have all these new parameters here. No, not this one. Right here. So this is the new parameters that I added in for that plugin. So you can see that we have a template. We have a data, which is the point to the file that I generate the page from. A template is the templates that I use to generate those pages. So video HTML here is basically how you look like when you go to the video page. Name. So this one is like using one of the variables from your data file to be the name of your new generated HTML. I'm using VID here. Directory, where do you put them? Yeah, so if you're interested, you can go to their documentation. They will have more to show you. So yeah, it's all like put in here. These are all the parameters that we got to pull from the config file. So you can see like these are global. So I think I I'm I'm a Ruby beginner, but from what I understand, this is kind of like declaring a global parameter. So it could be used outside of the scope. So this is what it does. Is just generating the name, just checking whether it's valid. So we don't care too much for our project at the moment because it's done nicely. Uh, yeah, file names, we sanitize it to make sure that it's fine. Processed, so read YAML. So this one basically uh, is getting the template from the layout. So video.html is in layout. Oh, I shouldn't click on it. So yeah, I have to scroll down again. Sorry. So yeah, it's basically scanning your whole folder that is for the your source folder, and it's finding this template that you point to from the layout folder. Um, Title is the file name. It's okay. It's just standard. And data merge. So it's putting data like I think what it does is like because it process your data one by one. So this just means that this is done and just like put it back and for the next one. So this is generated. It works hand in hand with the page before. So you see that it has a generate function, and at the end it will call the page function. So this bit is the bit that it reads all those site configs. This is where they read in all these parameters when you call pages. So this is the one that in the config file that I showed you before. So some of them you may want to do something like here. If let's say if template is missing, then it do something else. Yeah. So so this one uh, is just doing some checking. So yeah, let me think. Yeah, so these records actually what it does is just go through all your data file, and you can see this is how it is. This the main thing that we care about. So also this is doing the filtering because the original plugin let you filter some of them to be not used. So this is what it's doing. I'm using everything, so I don't care about this. Yeah, the air is a bit dry here in my room. I keep the heater on, so it's a bit dry. So yeah, and then you see that this is the for loop actually. It's like for each records that we after we have filtered them. And what you do is you would generate a new page using the previous class. Then you create a new page and then pipe it in the site.pages. So I think this is how you get all the pages. So yeah, so this is just like guarding that if you don't have the template, just give you an error. So okay, it's time to do the surgery. So what I want is I want to copy this to the page, the new page generator. This one is very big. It's fine. I can just collapse it. And this data page the generator and the page. So these two need to work together, right? So I want to generate some new pages. So I don't. So what it's doing is like generate for each video, you generate a page. But what I want to do is like keep like also generate a pagination page for me, please. So I place them and of course change the name of it. And let's see. So yeah, so Jekyll generate. So let's change to tell Jekyll generate pagination page. Yep, nation page. Right. I don't guarantee I'm spelling correctly because last time my friends are watching the stream and like have tell me that, oh, you have typo and stuff. So oh, thank you. But yeah, I can't guarantee that this time. So data page less than so right. So I would data. So this is like pagination page. Let's call it pagination page. Yeah, and I also do the same thing. And since I changed the name of it, I need to change the name. Remember the generator, they have these at the end, so I would change this as well. Let's go there, let's go there, let's go there. Right. Okay, here. Right. Okay. And also, I'll change the name of this class as well. So, the data page generator, I was like pagination page generator. Right. Okay, so let's go from the top to bottom. So this, I would probably don't need some of these, and maybe I would need some extra things. So I don't need the index file. I will keep the dir. Data is fine. I am having a collection of it, so I don't necessarily need it. Name and name expression. I don't need these template. I will change it to pagination template. So pagination template. Why is it capitalized? I don't know. So yeah, pagination or a pager template is like make it shorter. Pager template and extension. I probably don't need it as well. But what I also need is I would need to know how many pages do I have. So that would be maybe the let me think. So right, I would put it in later when I need them. So okay, there you go. Um, right. Of course there are all these I have to change, but for demonstration I ain't gonna go back and change it. You can actually go to if you yeah I maybe I can share with you the source code um of the completed one in the description. I always forget to put the link in the description. I hope I remember this time. I'll put a link of my website and also these source code to the website as well. So let's see. I am gonna delete all these because I don't need it. Yeah, I don't need all these. So the thing I don't like about Ruby is like the if else and then like where it ends is kind of like this. It's worse than using the bracket. Like the bracket is more obvious, but this is so I see what some people do is like they would it's like so it's like this is if name, like have or it's the end of a function, they would just say that's the end of the function. But anyway, we don't need this. File name, I don't need that as well. I probably want to keep it, and I probably want to change it to. So what this is doing is just like put it. Remember, the always set it to videos, right? So I probably want to put it as as video slash page. So maybe I want to be like plus slash page, because this is how they do it in the new what do you call it? Like in the pagination, the standard pagination. So, and what else I gotta do? So process name. So I have to change it because like now it's not layout. So because what I want to do is actually I want to pull in, not this one, pull in, because yeah, I don't want to go into detail, but what I got to do is like the index, all these cards that I put in, it's got to be here. So you can see this is where I put those little cards of the videos, right? So I want to paginate here. So, but it's not in layouts. So I have to check actually in the included. I want it to be, yeah. So it's like includes, and then it should be pager template. Did I spell correctly? Pager template. Yep. And .html title. I don't have it anymore. Let's say is page. That this will be the page number. So I gotta set it up the page number. So actually maybe I need the page number here. So right, we will fix everything at the end. Okay. So yeah, we don't need this. It's fine. Data merge data. We don't have the data anymore, so it's fine. So this is super simple, and I don't want all these comments because it just makes things very bulky, and I can add new comments at the end. So let's delete all this. All right, let me double check whether I got the right stuff, because I'm not so sure. Better debug it now than at the end. So this should be more or less the same as the one that I've got on GitHub. Yeah. So how are we doing with time? So we are half an hour in. So my internet is please be nice to me. So yeah, let's see what I have here. Right. So yeah, this generator page is more or less the same. Oh, yes, I have to put the page number here as well. Sorry. Yeah, because how I structure is like it's gotta be the directory, so it's like video slash page and then slash the page number. And page number need to be a string now, so dot to string to s actually, and then slash. So and was going weird. Okay. So file name. Actually, because I want it to be page slash let's say 2, but because I want it to end with like 2 slash, so it's got the name of the file is got to be um, index.html. So yeah, so if we successfully built it, and then I can show you why we're doing it. So yep, process name, this is fine. Find includes, find our pager template, and then we have. Oh, so there's one thing that I would add in later, but let's keep it for now. Let's see if we can generate it because this is something that I do later. So yeah, this is more or less what we want. So good. This is our pagination page. So in this page, it should give me uh, the page number, and this is how I generate the name, the actually direct the URL of the page. So there's 2 more things that we need. I gotta come back to generate it later, but let's go to the next class. So this is a class that generates the page. So let's see. Generate. I gotta delete all the comments because it's not relevant anymore, and also this index file because it's not relevant anymore. This is just making things bulky, and I don't like it. Okay, so site config. This is fine. I want to keep this because this is generating all this information for me. So as I said, I need something new. I need a page template, right? So let's make a pager template. equals 2. So now I don't have it, but what I gotta do is I gotta do something very similar to template because it's gotta be the same thing. And I gotta call it pager template. Pager template. And I have to go to my config.yaml. Where is my config.yaml? Right. So here, I have to add the new thing here. So this is pager template. It needs to be, what was it called again? Video, videos. There was a spelling mistake in my JavaScript that I can, maybe I'll show you next week. As I spelled videos and I was like spending 15 minutes debugging it, just like stupid little spelling mistakes. What a story of my life. Okay, right. So, why this is here? Okay, let's close it so you can see more. Okay, right. So these layout key templates. So this is what it's doing. It's basically checking whether the template exists. So what I gotta do is actually I just delete it because this is super difficult because I can't change this layout to include. I haven't figured it out yet. As I said, I'm not an expert. I just hack around this weekend, last weekend. So what I gotta do, I just gotta cheat it. I gotta delete this if else course. So this gotta delete it. And now it's super difficult because, as I said, Ruby doesn't have the best um, thing for indentation and stuff. So else I gotta delete it. So you see, all these n is like, what are they? It's just driving me nuts. Yeah, not the best. So all these need to be less indentated because I'm a Pythonista. Indentation is super important for me. Okay, fine. Let's save it for now. And then you will see that this is fine. Just keep it like this. Data does split each. So this is getting ready for this record here. So we don't want to mess with it. And a filter thing. Well, actually, we can just keep it here, because when we gotta count how many page we have, we want to be sure that those filter doesn't we don't count them. So it's fine. We can still do the filtering. It may not be the best way to do it, but yeah, this is the hacky way of doing it. So now I would need to add our new thing. So instead of doing this, we have to change it. So let's see. So maybe I will just keep it here for the syntax that we can copy. So if we also have to have a parameter to tell whether how many pages, how many record we want for each page. So what I am doing here, I just call it page name. Well, it's not the best name, but what I gotta do is like, because you can set it to 0, or you can leave it. So if it's blank or 0, then it just means that you don't want to paginate it. So it's fine. But right now, let's say like 3 per page. I think it's reasonable. 3 is a good number. So if paginate is greater than 0, so we do want some pagination. I want to put a colon here, but no, this is not Python. Okay, so we gotta do some calculation. So this is the math bit here. So first I want to save the total record. So total record would be the length of our record. So this is like JavaScript. It's length. So total pages. Okay, now we have to do the calculation. So total pages. How many pages will we have? If we divided this with, for example, I have 10 records and I want 5 per page, then I have 2 pages. So I just divided it by page and 8. If we are lucky, then we can just do this, right? So let's think that we have, let's say, total records. I just copy and paste because I'm lazy and I hate spelling mistakes. Divided by page and 8, right? But yeah, some catches because sometimes sometimes we are not that lucky. For example, if we have 10 records, but we want 3 per page, then actually we need 4 pages because the last page we only have 1 record. So we always want the ceiling of this number, this decimal number. So I'll just call this cell. So all this is done by my Googling this weekend, right? So how to write Ruby, like how to get the ceiling of it. But there's also another catch because in Ruby, if you write like this, it will become for example, 10/3 will become 3. It will just like truncate all the decimals. But we don't want it. We want it to become a ceiling. So what I gotta do is like I gotta times 1.0, so make it a decimal number. So this gotta do the tricks. So let's save. So now we do this for loop, right? So instead of for each record, I want to do for each page. So I gotta write a for loop. So I got a page num, right? So yeah. So page num in 1, 2. So it's got to be start with 1 because it's more natural. Because in a book you have like page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's no page 0 here. So I decided, well, I'll just start with 1. 1 dot dot 2, the total pages. Actually, I want it to be plural. Sorry. The total pages. I would do. This is how you write a for loop. Count using numbers. And just like because I am sure that yeah, I do made a mistake here before. I have to have an n here. Eh. So I just found my bug in my previous code. Haha. Okay, fine. Right. So so what I gotta do is, cause when I generate the page, I need to know where to start and where to end. So before I thought that with liquid text you have to give it an end index, which actually I just realized that you don't need to because you just tell it like how many items you want it in it. So you don't need an index. So you need a start index, and maybe you should pass in the paginate in it. So what I gotta do, or you don't even need paginate because for liquid text it can just read it from the config file, right? So I'll just need to calculate a start index. So just in IDX, right? So so what happened here is like I would so the um so if I do a 0, okay, so let's do it like 1 2 3 4 5, right? So if I do it like starting from 1, so the index will be the last page and then times the paginate, right? Paginate. So how many in a page? So this will be the index of the items in the last page, right? And then plus 1. But this is super clunky. And actually, because in the liquid text I'm gonna use is an offset. So I want the first item to have no offset. So first item will be 0. So I want it to be 0 index. So yeah, it may not be the best design. You can blame me for that, but it works for me. It's okay. So like I would just like maybe say like 0 indexed. So I kind of remember myself. Right, cool. So yeah, so this is what I gotta do. So now we need to generate a page. So it's like page. So this is like this. So I just copy this one because I've just renewed the name. Which is good. Oh, I just copied the whole thing actually. You just change the parameters. Right, cool. So here, right. Parameter side. I don't need this. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. And what did I do? I don't need record. I don't need name. I don't need all this. I just need to change this to pager template. Right. And extension. I don't need it, but I have a page num. And now I want to pass in my start index as well. So it's like start index, because this one we gotta pass it back to the page. So it's gotta be a parameters that I can use in the page. So I need to pass it back here. So what I gotta is like go back and add this in. So because otherwise we will have a bug. So let's go back here. Right, page num and start index. So I have to pass it back to start index. So this is adding a new data for the page. So what I gotta do is self dot start index is equals to start index. Right, let's save it. So let's double check that. I will check it against my code. So let's make sure that is more or less what I want. It's not the same because, as I said, I just like this is already after I've gone through go through the gauntlet, right? I kind of like learned from it and I kind of know what's going on. But there's some design that I just make it better. And think page and template. Oh, I need the pagina as well, is it? Yeah, I need the pagina. So data spec. I would put pagina here. Oh, sorry, not start. No, pagina. Yeah, please, thank you. And if this is missing, I'll just make it 0. Because I just checked whether it's 0. So the default is 0. Okay, fine. Yeah, it should be fine. There is a catch. Actually, what I did in my file is like, cause instead of these videos, I'll actually make a copy of it, duplicate, and code videos page, because I have to change this as well. So I don't want to mess up with the previous setup. We'll change this as well, but they will be different because this is generated and it's using a different logic, and this one is just give me the first page. But this one will be like used to generate. It will generate first page as well, but uh, because how we construct the site, we'll put this in as the first page, and then all these will be page 2, 3, 4, and 5, and like so on will be put in as an infinite scroll from JavaScript, which I'm gonna show you next week. Um, so yeah, let's do this. Let's fix this, and then we can end it for today. So let's go to our config, double check we have everything that we need. We have page number. Now it's not videos, pages, page. I think I call it. Yeah, yeah, is it? Yeah, page. Yes. So how we're gonna change this is, so now this is all gonna be generated. Um, so instead of giving me all the files, I would have to use the start index to do some changes to it. So I will have the offset. Remember, so offset would be the start index. So the first one we have offset 0, which is the first record, which is correct. So that's why I start with 0 index. So, not start up. What are you doing? Start index. Okay, and limit will be the number of records that we have. So how can we call back the number of record? Actually, because I set it in the YAML file, right? So I can just put in as site dot page gen. So this is our first page gen, so it's 0, and then it's called page name. So yeah, this is how we gotta put it in, and like everything else, I want to double check with the code I've already built, so make sure that it is not crazily wrong, and I'm sure that I would be very poor at debugging live because I don't want to be silenced and focus on something, and then you would be bored watching me like looking at the code, which is a boring thing to do. So yeah, so I start with offset is this. Oh, there is a bug. So it needs to be page dot start index because the data is sitting in the page. So it's page dot start index. Yes, okay. I don't probably don't want a space in between because I don't know whether that would be fine. Okay, limit should be slash yep, the page name. Yes, that's correct. And then we'll just pull in a card, which is the template for that little card thing with the video and description there. Right, yeah, I think it's correct. So let's save. Oops, save, yes. For the videos, this one we need to change as well. I've saved it for next time. And then let's see if we can generate it. I can't guarantee anything, but this is more or less correct. Again, I will show you the source code. So Jekyll Jekyll build. Mm, mm, mm. Please work, please work. Watching paint dry. What is compelling? So far my internet is be very nice to me. Yeah, usually I try to make the episode an hour long. I know that for some of the well, for gaming, people can watch game for hours, right? But for coding, oh, actually I do have some mistakes. Start index. Oh, it's just some silly little things, right? So why is it okay, so this is in our paginate 158. So let's go back to 158. 158. Where are you? Bug. Here. Yes. Why am I doing that? Right. you have probably spotted before I do. So yeah, because I'm looking at multiple screens at the same time. So yeah, we try to keep it within an hour. I don't want to drain people too much because this is all like you have to process all this information, and maybe you want to try it out. So I will try to put the link of all these things that I mentioned in the beginning in the description, and it compiles. Yay! Let's check whether we have the paginate files. So let's see if now I go to ls. For the build static files, actually in Jekyll, it will be stored in _site. So, yep, so we have it. So this is, you see the structure is different from what you have because Jekyll built it and then now it's in the structure that you can browse the site. So let's see what is in videos. Oh, the EOS, the EOS, yep, right. What? What have I done? Oh, I haven't CD into it. Still with me. Okay, so let's just look into it. Like let not CD into it. Okay, fine. Still with me. Okay, right. Now you can see that these are my videos, and among it, I don't know whether you can see my mouse, but there is page on the third row, the first one. So I can CD into everything. Site, videos, and page. So let's see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 pages, and then you see what I mean now. So let's say if I look at page 2, right? So what's in page 2 is actually there's index.html, and then if we look at it, actually we open it in Atom? Actually, I do think we can. File open. If we open it, it takes a while. Sorry, I'm opening it. Right. So where is my site? Yes, I just called my site. It's a very good name. Right. So it's in the sites. It's more difficult to like find a file in your Finder than in your terminal. Video. Right. So pages. So I gotta open the second page dot the index in the second page for you. So I gotta open it here. Right. So you see, this is what we generated, and then we should have free things in here because remember we said the paginator to be free. So 1, 2, 3. So we have free cards. So these are my video cards. So we have free cards. So we have successfully generated some paginate page from your data file, and also of course you have already generated the data page because that's what the original plugin did, but now you can paginate it as well. This is very good. I may actually I don't know how much, maybe if I tidy it up I can even send a pull request to the original repo, and it's amazing. It's good, and I did a little bit of Ruby, and you can actually customize all the plugins in Jekyll. Actually, you can do anything with Jekyll, and I am falling in love with it. So next time, I gotta show you how I modified the JavaScript to make it auto scroll. So you will have that thing that I show you in the website. That, you would have this load more, not no more, load more, and click on it, and then it should load more. And now it's super slow. Yes, yeah, load 3 more for you. So yeah, we will continue next time. Now it's almost an hour. I think the timing is also very good. And so you can ask me questions in my Twitch. I have added the box there that you can ask me questions in the Twitch. Or if you want to contact me directly, you can go to my Twitter. My inbox is open. My Twitter is also down there in Twitch. Um, so yeah, this is a fun time, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I tried to monitor the chat on Restream, but it's not working today. They said they have a DDoS problem, so it's not working at the moment. So sorry if I kind of ignoring you. I am live, but I just like it just doesn't work with me today with the chat. But next time I'll pull it up. Maybe I'll put a window here so you can see people's chat as well. So, yeah, see you next week at the same time. And we're in like British summertime now, even though we're staying indoor, but we just got more lights from the window. Great. So, yeah, bye bye. Have a nice day.